Hello, video really for Sned, who mentioned Mystic Land yesterday in comments, and this is me getting over into the land but carrying a ladder and a camera. So here we are. Now the thing that I said to Sned, it's going to get windy later, so if it's windy in this video, that's what I wanted to avoid by coming over early. And the ladder that's wafting in front of us, if we see it, is because I'm going to go and prune the apricot tree. So where are we? There's the land. And the thing I wanted to say to Sned, who's got himself a piece of land to cultivate, small scale, is Mystic Land got very weedy last year because I was in hospital, and this is worth every penny. Sned, when you've done your weeding on your land, bang this plastic on top of it. That's it. This is basically video finished. Absolutely crucial, and absolutely must be understood that you don't have the time to stay on top of weeding, so you need all the help you can get. In fact, I'd leave this green plastic down at all times if I were you, and grow whatever you want to grow up through it. Don't bother with potatoes and things like that. You can buy those at Tesco's. If you want to grow tomatoes or whatever you want to grow them up through the plastic. Weeding I enjoy because I've got time and I can play MP3 to myself and all that sort of stuff, and it's enjoyable. But if you haven't got time, weeding is a pain in the arse, and you've got to help yourself. Buy a big roll of this stuff and just keep it and use it exactly where you need it. Cover the entire area with it, I would recommend. Just don't play with weeds. They're just more trouble than they're worth. Yeah, what do we call them? That gazebo? Yeah, gazebo is finished. All these little backs in the ground. Backs is French word. Bins, I don't know what you call them. They worked well. They now need filling up with soil, which I might do. Might even get to do this year. No, I doubt if it'll get done this year. The variegated ivy is going to grow up and up the gazebo. That's the idea. And there's the nice little thing on top. Right, that's that. I'm not sure where you didn't see last time. You see all the tiles are down. Some are dry and some are still wet. Needs a bit of weeding, but they're all that's all finished. Now there's a wisteria here, not the thick thing that you can see. That's just a log that I've lent up there. But if I zoom in, and I can hear the wind now, so if you've got too much wind, sorry about that, but it's this or nothing. The wisteria winds up that support and is going to go round the gazebo, and the wires on the gazebo, which is just washing line wire, will be more for the ivies. That there's an ivy that goes up each vertical, and next year they should grow. They should be well up and onto the supports by then. Right, yeah. So these go all the way around for growing flowers in. Again, it's purely for weeding. Otherwise, you're just always fighting the grass, which will encroach on this flower surround to the gazebo, or the weeds from the veggie bed will come and surround it. Now, these are very cheap, these bins. You know, the thick plastic things with two handles, and then the bit of plastic that goes over. I've put over between the two handles, and it just makes it that they should last for 20 years. So it's like it would have been so much trouble to do the job in concrete. Anyway, another plastic. This one will probably come up and I'll grow some things through the plastic next year. And I could take plastic up and keep on up with the weeding in the summer, but I wouldn't advise that you try it. And along there now, all the strawberries are coming up through the plastic, so that's a thing. And I can hear the wind coming up. Those little trees grew up well. That's the entrance with the roses. The roses are good. Chèvrefeuille are at the end of this track. This track looked really nice with big flowers growing up during even last year when we didn't have much time. Mrs. Mystic took up most of the slack. Well, she does so much anyway. This is chèvrefeuille, honeysuckle, which has grown well. It's still up, and that's going to fill over that nicely. The hedges that we planted was only a couple of years ago. They've done really quite well and are really starting to be a real barrier. They don't need to be a barrier in the winter because we're not here that much, but in the summer they've grown up in a couple of years to make a good hedge, and eventually they'll be to the height of the what are these things called? I forget some other word. At the height of that, at about 6 foot, and cut off at that height. They've worked quite well. The fruit trees are a funny shape, but they've worked all right. The one I'm going to prune today is this one, the apricot. I've done the almond trees, which are those two up there. I'll just put my ladder down and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the trimming of the tree here. Basically, what we're going to be looking for is a wine goblet shape, and you can see it's roughly there. So we want to take anything out, like this vertical one. That'll go because it's like a Swizzler in the wine glass. These verticals will go, and I think I'll leave it for 4 to have 4 sticky out bits to grow things off, a north, south, east and west. So you can see these two are right above each other, so one's got to go. So I'll cut out this bottom one completely because the angle of this one is better. So that'll be, say, north. Going round to the east, you can see there are 2 here going out at similar angles, so this smaller one will go. I should go around to the west now. So on the west you've got, this is the vertical one that's going to go, that's going to be the west one, and this small one will go from the south. I don't know, I've lost in the north and south, but there's going to be 4 nice ones going out at a reasonable angle when I've finished cutting. Actually, I'll do the cuts and come back and show you, but this is of small interest really. The plastic for SNED is the big interest, which is an absolute must. Right, I'll leave now. Okay, that's that done. You can see, taking a bit off the top. I haven't trimmed the top too much because I've been quite cruel with the making for the main supports now. North, south, east and west. And it won't be too good this year, but I'm sure that's best for the future of the tree, to only have 4 supports coming out there. And then, as you can see on this near one, the 4 going out then go to this sort of thing where it'll split off into 2. So you'll get the 4 going up to 8, and then the branches at the end, with the main idea being that the centre is open like a wine glass, so the sun can come over the top and ripen everything and make for lovely goodness. Anyway, that's enough of that. I see a couple more that I want to trim off there. Okay, see ya, bye. Go on, we'll finish with my big purchase of the year, which is the new trailer, which replaces the old trailer, which was very tired. So now, nice new trailer, which will see me to the end of my days. Sand and gravel in there because I've been making these supports for the water butts. That's the ladders I've just been using. See, this big shed thing here has got a huge water catchment area, and now it can come down. Those are the bird boxes I put up, and fill up 500 litres there. It's going to drain down into that one at the back, 250 litres, and that's 250 litres. So that's going to keep things in much better condition. They were on pallets last year, which was a bit wrong. The compost heap's really good, and that'll be good compost for the start of next year for things going in. You won't be able to see in, but it's full of nice stuff. The water flows off the top. I made that ground too wet, so I put a tarpy down to share the water out, and I've done the same at the back of this great big shed thing, and there's going to be another 502 of those. There are two there stacked inside each other, going on this new base that Mrs. Mystic and I have put in, and a few things to clear up, because I'll probably do something in this ground between that and the compost to put the new trailer and stuff like that. Final view, house next door, they're trying to sell it, but the price is ridiculous, so they won't be able to. You can just see the apricots that I've just pruned. They'll be fine for next year. Again, the idea of pruning is really to open up the inside of a tree so the air can get in and around it, so it doesn't get itself confused. You'd like to think that Mother Nature knows best, but Mother Nature does a good job, but it's not always, can be improved upon. And generally, Mystic Land is cold and bare looking. I hope that the fig tree had a very bad, that's the one in the near ground here, had a very bad start to last year, but it seemed to recover at the end of the year, and he's, let's say, alive, so I'll be happy when it greens up again in spring. And that's about it. So goodbye one and all.